What is going on, everyone? Marvel DC Fan here with another video, and we're doing another story time. It's been a while since we've done one of these, and so yeah, we're gonna get to it. This is actually one of my favorite stories to tell, and actually, I'm telling this because right now I'm kind of out of work. I'm looking for something new, so we're gonna tell this story. And I know this is not my usual way of doing this, of telling this story, or how I record these videos, but we're just trying it for right now, and then next time, hopefully I can get back to posting these once a month or so, but hopefully next time, it'll be better. So anyway, so this story is the worst job interview I've ever had so far. It is it's a pretty gnarly story, but so let's just dive right in. So I want to say this was 2022 or so, spring 2022, maybe summer 2022 at the latest. I was still working at the time at my old job, and I wanted to find a second job just to have some more income come in. So I was looking around. I was applying to places. I had a couple of interviews beforehand that were for full time, and then I would have to leave the other place, and I just didn't want to do that right at the minute. It seems dumb, but it's what it just kind of happened that way. So I was at this place I was at an Italian restaurant in the city, and they asked me to come in for an interview. They said it was this day, and I was like, okay, I'll be there. No problem. No, whatever. So the day finally arrives, and I think I'm getting sick again. God damn it. So I'm getting ready to go, and I realized that I didn't do any laundry before I left. So I had a white dress shirt, nothing on underneath, no white t-shirt or whatever. And I had a pair of these sweatpants that were light blue, like navy blue, and were massive. These massive sweatpants that I'm wearing, and I got there. I got to the job on one of those city electric scooters. This was before I had one of my own. So I got there on the city scooter, and I paid, what was it, $10 or I forget how much it was to get down there. But so, sorry. My nose is starting to drip a little bit. So anyway, I get to the job, or I got there early, and I realized I had like 20 minutes to spare. So I did some other stuff, and then I came back to do this interview. And by the time I got to the interview, things started off okay. Things were going all right, and it wasn't too bad or anything of the sort. And so we're doing the interview, and the manager was asking me what my availability was. And I'm like, well, the thing is that I'm working another job right now, but I have a bunch of free time during the week, so I was hoping to work some weekdays just to make some extra income and whatever. And that's where the interview stopped. She was like, yeah, the problem with that is that we're only taking positions for weekends right now. So we need somebody to be here on the weekends or what have you. We need all day. And so she was just like, I think, she said this, and I'll never forget it. She was like, I think we're probably going to put this interview to a close. And I was like, okay, I understand. I wasn't angry about it or anything. I wasn't like, I was a little disappointed because I didn't get the job, but I was more so just like, okay, it happens, right? It didn't work out and whatever. So I'm leaving. I'm getting ready to leave, and I get an alert on my phone saying that a massive thunderstorm was coming, and I could see the clouds up above. They were starting to go really dark gray, and the guy who was one of the owners, I'm outside, I'm getting on the city scooter that I had, I was getting my stuff paid over and whatever. And the guy sees the clouds and the thunder starts rumbling, and he was like, "Do you want to ride home?" And I was like, "No, no, I don't need a ride. I appreciate it, but I don't need a ride home." And he's insisting. Um, the other manager's insisting, and I'm just like, "It's okay. I got it. You probably got like 6 more other people to interview. You go ahead and do that. I'll be all right." So I started making my way home, and once you know it, just an absolute shitstorm of rain got me. Like it was bad. How, like, I wish I had a picture of that day just so you could see what happened when I got home. But I was on my way back, or actually no, I was on my way to my friend's house because I had his birthday present, and I told him I was gonna stop by and drop it off. So I was on my way to my friend's place. It is pouring rain. Everything is soaked. My sweatpants are soaked. My dress shirt is basically, I could have won a wet t-shirt contest if I had entered one. But so I'm on my way to his place, and it's getting worse. Like, the rain is getting worse. There's thunder and everything. And like, it was bad. It was really, really bad. I'd never been in a storm, as at least I can remember, that had been as terrible as that was. It was awful. And then the next thing I know, I can barely see where I'm going. My face is covered in rain. My eyes are covered in rain. Next thing I know, it starts hailing. It starts hailing, and the hail were the size of golf balls. Like, these were big fuckers. So I'm scooting through. I'm cutting through the neighborhood to get to my friend's place. He didn't live that far from me, and so I'm on my way there. It starts hailing, and all of a sudden I'm getting ambushed by rain. I'm getting ambushed by hail. I can't see where I'm going. Like, my visibility is like maybe just barely squinting my eyes to see where the hell I'm going. So next thing I know, it's like rain down my face, fucking hail pelting me all over my body, my arms, my legs. Everything was just getting assaulted by hail and rain. So by the time I showed up at my friend's place, I was soaked. I was soaked and I was sore because, like, I didn't have a hat, I didn't have a jacket, I had nothing. I was just it was white dress shirt, sweatpants. So those were just gone. And I think my shoes at the time were pretty, like, they were soaked too. My socks were soaked, everything was soaked. So I got to my friend's place and I knocked at his door, and he didn't respond right away because he was upstairs playing games with his coworkers. They were playing, I think they were playing like Valorant or something, or maybe it was Apex. It was probably Apex. So I call him, or I text him, and I'm like, "Can you come down and let me in? And also bring a towel." He was like, "Why do I have to bring a towel?" And I'm like, "You'll see." So a few minutes later, he comes by, he opens the door, and he's like, "Holy shit! Look at you! You are dripping, my guy." And I'm standing there. I'm like, the rain's super cold. I'm shivering. I'm like, "Can I get that towel?" So I go inside, and we go upstairs, and I start telling him the story. I wanted to take a seat, but I couldn't because it was so, like, I was just, my ass and everything was soaked to the max. So I'm dripping wet. I'm trying to, like, dry myself with the towel, and I'm also trying to fumble to get the birthday present. So I told him the story real quick, and he was like, "Man, that's pretty rough." I was like, well, my day may not be only the greatest, but let me give you your birthday present." So I opened it up, and it was a vinyl. It was a limited edition vinyl for Tron Legacy. We both are massive fans of a Daft Punk soundtrack for that movie. And I found this limited edition Tron Legacy vinyl on eBay. It wasn't very expensive, but I got it anyway because I'm like, I know that he's been looking everywhere for this, and this would be perfect. He's been collecting vinyl for a long time, and I was just like, this is the perfect gift. I'm gonna get it to him, give it to him. So I got it, and I give him the present, and he's like, ooh. And I'm like, what? What is it? It's like, do you not like it? And he's like, well, I do like it. The problem is that I just bought the vinyl for Tron Legacy a couple days ago. And I'm like, you're kidding me. So he pulls out his collection of vinyls. He's sorting through them. He's picketing through. And he finds it. He pulls it out. And he's like, yeah, this was one I bought just a couple days ago. And I was like, I'm just standing there in awe. I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, it just... I'm not mad that he bought it. It's just... of all the bad news that I got that day. Yeah. So I give him the vinyl, and he's like, I'm going to keep it anyway. You know, I appreciate the gift. And then he puts in his headphones, and he goes back to playing Apex. And I'm standing there. I'm still, like, cold. And I was, after a few minutes, like, I'm watching him play. He's chatting with me. He's chatting with the people that he's playing with. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to go home. I'm going to go home. And he was like, are you sure? I was like, do you want to change your clothes or something like that? And I'm like, I'm going to go home and have a hot shower. I don't need it. It's fine. So I get outside. The hail was, it was still raining. It was still hailing. And like, it was starting to kind of peter out a little bit. And so I get home. I'm drenched again. I'm drenched. I am sore from being pelted by hail. I get inside, and I'm trying desperately to not, like, linger. Like, I'm trying to find a towel so I can dry myself. Next thing I know, brother comes out of nowhere, scares the shit out of me. So that was the end of my day. My day started pretty late because I think the interview was like, it was at like 5 p.m. or something like that, and I woke up pretty late. So, like, I got home. He scared the shit out of me. He was trying to mess around, and I'm just like, this is not the time to mess with me. I am in a rut right now, and I don't need it. And he was like, okay. So yeah, therefore concludes the worst job interview I've had so far. It was pretty bad. It was a pretty bad day. And luckily, well, after that, I was still working at the same job for a while. And then the beginning of August 2023, I got let go. But I found another job not too long afterwards, about a month later. So, but now I'm back on the job hunt again. And, well, this is just, I guess, it. So, hopefully I find something soon. And also, I hope I can start putting out some more YouTube vids and whatnot. You know, keep things interesting. But anyway, that is going to conclude for this video. I hope you all enjoyed my story. And let me know in the comments if you guys have had a pretty bad job interview in the past. I'm curious what you guys put. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. If you're new to this channel, be sure to check out my other channels, my playthrough channel and my podcasts, including Intensive Treatment. So yeah, have a great night. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.